Hello, I am Michelle Barr. Welcome to my podcast, Loving What's Next. I have tons of episodes of teaching and training and series here for you at Loving What's Next podcast.com. And I'm really excited today because we are beginning our next series based on the teachings and trainings of my new book, which came out October 1st of last year, Loving What's Next. What you want can be yours now. And this series is It's Yours Now. So tune in today and over the next few weeks and months as I unpack this whole book for you. This book is full of tools and exercises and teachings and trainings of how I created the life I want to live and the business that supports and sustains that. And these methods have worked for many clients over the past 18 years in every kind of job you can imagine that work for themselves, that work for other people, and that are involved in all kinds of relationships and work in the world. So I invite you to join me on this journey, loving what's next. What you want can be yours now. This book is coming to you after 33 years of reconstructing, changing, and up-leveling my life, of learning how to create a life I love and then live it full out over and over again. I have grown and transformed, and along this magnificent journey, I have learned how to engage with the process and become the conscious creator of my own life. I have also learned very well that what you want can be yours now, and how to teach this to you. This is about getting so focused, clear, grounded, and centered into who you are and what you desire, and then allowing yourself to embody it more fully so that it shows up in your outer world. At first, it will be things you're learning to do, tools, techniques, principles, processes, and practices. And if you stay with it, can become a way of living and being that unfolds your life before you with much more ease and grace and swiftness. This is my journey, and I had to perfect it before teaching it to you. A big part of creating my life has been through the path of creating my own purpose-led business that supports and sustains the life I want to live, and giving myself the freedom to pursue heart-based projects. As you read this, as you listen to this, you may realize you have these same desires, and you will find support and guidance here. You may be searching for something else, and this breadcrumb showed up. More on that later. An encore career, a more aligned and lucrative way to spend your years after retirement, creating more money for retirement, or a more fulfilling way to achieve success and receive income than what you have now. During our time together, I will ask you, as I ask all my clients and students, to make a commitment to yourself to see this through. I am going to help you discover and decide what you really, really want. And just as importantly, to learn to let go of what no longer serves you. This part is even more crucial than you may think, and I'm going to tell you why as well as how. Then we will move into the plan. One of the things I am recognized for is taking inspired action and teaching others how to understand and take aligned, inspired action. I have learned from the masters, and I have applied this to my own life for decades. It is key. One tool I have that you can start using right now, begin day one of my 21-day free email course, How to Move Forward in Any Area of Your Life. Just sign up at intuitivesuccesscoach.com. It's right there for you. Intuitivesuccesscoach.com. Day one will show up right away. And I'm going to help you with my true expertise, how to handle what comes up when you start moving toward your dreams and desires. We are going to identify and eradicate self-sabotage that is running your show and driving your bus, most often unconsciously. We will clean up the stuff that is getting in your way and keeping you from moving forward. I will lead you through making peace with your past to gain power for your future. You will discover how to transform core issues to thrive and shift your relationship with money. By the end of our time together in this series, you will be so much more connected with your what's next. Not only will you have started creating it, but you will have started seeing the results show up in your life and in your world. Freedom is one of my highest core values. Another is to help you find your freedom. You will see as I share my journey with you that at first I decided to have more freedom to be who I was and to do what I am made to do. Along the way, I desired money freedom and I created that. A mentor once taught me true financial freedom is not how much money you have in the bank. True financial freedom is knowing how to create and receive all the money you want and need when you want and need it. Powerful turning point for me. In more recent years, with us retiring my husband from his lifetime career in education, and my first, and then second, and then third grandbaby showing up, I began to recognize a deep desire for time freedom that had not really been there before. I love what I do. I have created a life where I do now what I am made to do and here to do, not just things I can do. And I have an entrepreneurial spirit. So I already combine and integrate work and play in my life a lot. Suddenly, I wanted more and different levels of time freedom. It is what I set out to create for myself and my family. And I did it using what I am teaching you and guiding you through in this book and on this podcast. Do not worry, there are things inside of you that will guide your way. Even when my clients are stuck in the utmost state of confusion, I lead them back to their desires. I always trust their desires. I know that where there is a desire, a way has already been made. I have come to trust this 100%. Holding my book in my hand, showing you my book right here behind me, illustrates my point beautifully. When I was just 9 years old, I picked up a pencil and a notepad and I started writing a book. Not just that, though, I began telling my parents that I needed to send my book out to publishers because I was going to have a New York publisher. I went to the library and got a copy of the Writer's Digest, and I looked up publishers and sent them my manuscripts. They wrote me back my first rejection letters. In my early 20s, I wrote a novel and I got an agent who took my book to New York City to pitch it to publishers there. I got so close. Then life took many turns for me and I got busy doing life as we tend to do until I learned how to take control and responsibility for all of my life and create the life and the results I needed, wanted, and desired. That journey has now become this book with so much grace and ease and swiftness. A New York publisher offered me a book deal, and here we are. I got here by connecting with my truest desires, following the breadcrumbs, taking aligned, inspired action, and cleaning up all that came up to derail me along the way. I did all the things I am now going to teach you so that your truest desires can be made manifest in your life. I still remember the day over a decade ago, sitting in San Diego in a conference aimed at getting me in touch with and connected to my big mission and my big life. And the woman on stage, looking right at me, asked, "Are you merely interested or committed?" Wow, what a question. That one not only spoke to me, it reached out and grabbed me by the shoulders and shook me a little. Up until that moment, I had been dabbling, playing in the possibilities, dreaming about all the things I could do and would do. I had big intentions, and yet I was dancing around the edges, dipping my toe in, surveying the surface without diving in. She called me to action that day, and nothing has ever been the same since. Everything I had learned and experienced up to that moment had prepared me to step into the fullness of it. All I had to do was show up just as I was. You have everything inside of you in this moment that you need. I am calling you to action. Sound great? Let's get moving. Stay tuned, stay with me on this journey and through this series. And you can find more free resources at michellebarr.com. This is my Loving What's Next podcast.com, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much. Let's do this.